Hello, everyone. I'm William DeWolf.
And I'm Kay Kumuro, and you're listening to the Startup Launchpad.
Thank you for joining us today. We'll be covering one of the most exciting and complex aspects of entrepreneurship, private equity.
William and I are students from the Fordham University School of Law in New York City. We are participating in the law school's newest clinic, the Entrepreneurial Law Clinic, under the direction of Professor Barnes Grant.
To it?
Yeah, the Eye of the Storm is like it's pretty we did a big challenge on a new album actually, so I'm pretty excited. Released a new album, Eye of the Storm. I hopefully like it.
What's up?
How you doing? So we're here obviously to support Harold and Kumar, the third installment. Have you seen the first two films at all?
Actually, this is first time for me to watch.
Okay.
So I'm excited about it.
Have you heard all the hype behind it and how it's gonna be funny and stuff? Or?
Oh yeah. My friends told me that like there is something. Do you know White Castle, the burger? That's a startup. Yeah, that's actually how I got to know White Castle.
In the Startup Launchpad, law students participating in the clinic will discuss topics of interest to entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs.
We hope you find this episode useful, and we encourage you to check out all the resources that the clinic can offer as you start and begin to grow your business. Today, we have a special guest who wants to share with us his special expertise in private equity.
We will start with a brief discussion about what private equity is and introduce you to the basic concepts of private equity and venture capital financing. Then we will delve deeper into the typical concerns that investors and entrepreneurs typically have in private equity financing. We're planning to cover several different topics today.
Our goal is to give you understanding how the private equity works and how to put yourself in the best position to attract investors and raise money for your business.
A largely unprofitable decade, a lot of people calling it a lost decade, but now under your leadership restructuring plan, Sony may eke out an operating profit for the first time in 10 years. Does it feel attainable to you from where we stand today?
Well, I've become CEO 3.5 years ago, and we've taken some aggressive steps to restructure the organization, get out of profitable businesses, and turn the businesses around category by category. As a matter of fact, for example, the TV business, which we were unprofitable for the last 10 years, we were able to turn on last fiscal year. So a lot of the restructuring and the things that we put in place over the past 3 years have really started to bear fruit, and I think the Sony organization just overall is headed in the right direction.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. Why startups choose private equity investments over other financing options, do you think? So now, from entrepreneurs' perspective, we believe that entrepreneurs have several incentives to seek capital through private equity fund. Entrepreneurs usually spend substantial amount of time developing their services or products, and therefore they may need to raise a relatively substantial amount of capital to fund the service or product development from the long-term investors. What kind of concerns do entrepreneurs usually have? And what advice would you give them when they seek capital through private equity? All right, so this concludes our interview. Thank you for joining our podcast and providing some great insights and some wonderful advice to entrepreneurs. We think that it will be helpful for educating our law students, entrepreneurs, and listeners interested in private equity. Are there any additional thoughts you would like to share today?